disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First play, and Wilson wants to throw it.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and pressure coming, and they got him once again.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Looking to throw. Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 3rd down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He finds his man complete. It's Stevenson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Chargers at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert throwing left side. It's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Herbert operating from the red zone.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? this could cost them.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went the wrong direction. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The kick by McManus is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. McManus on to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Point after, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Chargers 7, Broncos 3.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And
he rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Herbert back to the air. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's
all right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Herbert now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Touchdown! Keenan Allen, 31 yards. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. Finding room at midfield. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling, held it to an okay game.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Wilson will throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. The kick by McManus is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Chargers will start the 2nd half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. From the 6.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield, and he's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. It's Eckler again. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Herbert on first down now. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. Touchdown, Chargers. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. There's Wilson to throw. And he's taken down, back at his own 7. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Got him in on the right sideline. It's Stevenson. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when we see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
First down, Broncos.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
I'm starting to wonder, Charlie, 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the... So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Eckler is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And
he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because, CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Rolling to his right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Wilson. And now here's another interception. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo. And they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Wilson. And the Chargers rush. He's going to get there. Down he goes. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive linemen, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
On 1st down, Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Now we'll get whistles, and they signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One last shot for Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb.